Let's get sweaty.
Hey guys, welcome to another Shenmue Dojo video. I hope you're all doing okay. As you probably know, most of these videos that I do are quite positive, they're quite upbeat, we're looking forward to the future, all those sorts of things. Today's video is going to be straight up a little bit more negative. I've got a bee in my bonnet about a few things going on in the community at the moment that I wanted to talk about, and it's specifically around this constant need for people to try and put people off of Shenmue 3. New people, old people, whatever it is, there's this undercurrent within the community of people trying to put people away from Shenmue 3. And I want to talk about why that's not a good idea, why we need to get past it, and how that could, in theory, harm the community and stop us getting a Shenmue 4. So, like I say, it's a real bugbear. It's going to be a bit more of a negative video. So I apologise in advance for that. Straight up, sort of a disclaimer, if you like. This isn't to disparage anybody's opinion, whether you liked Shenmue 3 or didn't like Shenmue 3. It's not to disparage any one person's opinion. You have the right to that opinion. I do with mine, you do with yours. But what I'm saying here is that actually we need to go past that now. It's been nearly 4 fucking years, and move forward to uniting to getting towards Shenmue 4. So you're probably asking, where's this come from? And it's a valid question at the end of the day. I have been I browse community groups, as a lot of us do, and I came across this comment where I say old school Shenmue fan was essentially playing through the games, played through Shenmue 1 years ago, recently finished Shenmue 2, was about to dive into Shenmue 3 and raise a topic about it. Fair comment. What I saw in this topic from what I think is a small group, but a vocal group all the same, was essentially very diminishing around Shenmue 3 and almost trying to put people off of it, which I will never fathom why a Shenmue fan would try and put somebody else off of it. Give people the facts. Yes, no, anywhere in between. But really try to put people off when we are such a niche franchise anyway, and a very small but vocal community. All we're doing is harming ourselves. We have enough shit from people external to the community. The videos that have been out there around Shenmue 3, Super Eye Patch Wolf being, the big one that we know about, and how harmful that was to the Shenmue brand. And we're doing it to ourselves. And it makes no sense. Absolutely no sense at all as to why we're doing this to ourselves. It beggars belief. It really does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up some comments from this particular topic, and I've anonymised them because I don't want to throw particular people under the bus. It wouldn't be fair, but this gives a flavour of the things I have been seeing and what, quite frankly, annoys me. So let me pull these up without further ado for everybody so you can see them, and I'm going to sort of scoot through them in an order I just picked them up. So here we go. So the first comment here is someone saying they found Shenmue 3 unplayable. It's not unplayable. The stamina system's a pain in the ass. You have to eat the food. Fine. But it's not unplayable. It's hyperbole here. And they're going to pretend that 3 never existed. Well, Shenmue 3 does exist. And, okay, you can criticise the story elements of it. That's absolutely fine. But at the end of that series, or game rather, there's quite a big change to the status quo. So it's I don't understand why people can pretend it never existed. And actually, we'll never know how good Shenmue 3 is without a Shenmue 4, because that might set everything up for a fantastic Shenmue 4. The other comment here, don't get your hopes up. Well, straight away, that's just going to be like, why shouldn't I get my hopes up? Is a game rubbish? People are going to get put off by something like that. Now, I know it's a person's opinion, but this is the sort of thing that can be harmful to new people coming into the community who are wanting to experience this series for the first time. It makes no real sense when we're 4 years on. Let's move on. So the next comment, Shenmue 3 is going to disappoint you. Okay, well that's your opinion and that's fine, but that's a generic statement. Again, why? Like, it may not disappoint somebody. It's like, say, it's a fact. Why can't people say, I wasn't a fan of it, however, you might... I don't know. I beggars belief here. But anyway, I'll move on. This one is probably the one that really got under my skin. Really got under my skin here. Right, they're obviously a Shenmue fan and waited through with fantastic anticipation, and they felt disappointed. That's fine. But then to say never to play it, to advise a Shenmue fan on a Shenmue group not to play it, I'm sorry, but what world is that a good idea? In what world is that a good idea? I would rather people took the risk and go, do you know what? It wasn't for me. You might like it. Make your own mind up. I can't fathom in any world where this is even remotely worthwhile. It's like me going, oh, I didn't like the anime. Don't watch it. It's shit. People might like it. What? I can't understand this mentality. I really can't. In a Shenmue group to go, don't play it. It's rubbish. I'm lost for words with this. I really am. All you are doing is driving people away and making it harder for us to get Shenmue 4. The next one, that it's literally unplayable. It's not unplayable. It really isn't. I can't fathom where this comes from, that it's literally unplayable. How? How is it unplayable? Yes, as I said, the stamina system's a pain in the neck. Yes, the combat system needs some work. But it's not unplayable. And the reviews say it's an average 7 out of 10, 68 on Metacritic. And actually the fan reviews on the whole are better. I don't get this. These are the sorts of comments that I really don't understand. And this one, again, I don't understand why we should be united in our distaste for Shenmue 3. Why should we be united in our distaste for Shenmue 3? Yes, people had expectations around it. I certainly did. I had massive expectations around it. Did it meet all of them? Absolutely not. But I can recognise what it did well, what it didn't do well, and balance that out. And actually, by going around and sort of saying, we should be united in our disdain for this, what's that achieving? What really does that give us? It doesn't give us anything. And all this feedback around Shenmue 3, and all the bits around it, why doesn't it know about it? They will know all about it. And actually it feeds into the next points of why I think we should move away from this. So what I'm going to do now for everybody, I'm going to bring up for everybody a article. It was written by Ezra Krabe. He did an interview with Yu Suzuki back in April 2020. I think this was published. And it talks about the feedback around Shenmue 3. And he specifically asks, what things do you want to improve? And they talk about quest markers and the user interface. Makes absolute sense, quality of life, but not losing that Shenmue feel, which is absolutely one of the biggest things there. And then he goes on to talk about a little bit more about diversion from modern trends, borrowing some bits from other games and all the rest of it. And all this information, all this feedback around story, around all those elements that I think people have found difficult to deal with, it is there. It is there. I really don't get it. I can't fathom where this comes from. The feedback has gone up. It's not going to change things now. We are 4 years on. So how is us ranting about it, or people ranting about it, going to change anything, right? It's Shenmue 3, for want of a better expression, is in the books. The game is made. There's no element or amount of whining, bitching or complaining is going to change that game now. You are not going to get director's cut. It makes no financial sense. You are not going to get any sort of changes onto it now. We need to put past this and move past it, because we are shooting ourselves in the foot. How do you think we got Shenmue 3? We got Shenmue 3 because we were united in what we wanted. We wanted that third game so desperately that we did everything and anything to get there. And we did. We need to do it again. Think of a publisher here as well. A publisher will look at the Shenmue community, and we are a vocal, albeit small community, and they will go, how do we monetize this? If they then see infighting or people trying to put people off of the game, how is that going to look to a publisher when they go, oh, hang on, they're not quite happy about this. Why should we invest? You start putting people off and away for it. It doesn't make any sense. And then, obviously, what is probably reassuring is actually when you see the 110 rumours, you see the 4chan rumour, they're probably all rubbish. But people get excited about it. So we know that excitement around the Shenmue community is there. It exists. And getting that fourth game is absolutely imperative. But we can't get that fourth Shenmue game if the community is not united. We are not going to change Shenmue 3 now. It cannot be changed. It's in the books. And every single member of the community needs to look at this and go, right, do I want a Shenmue 4 or not? If you do, fantastic. The next section is for you. If you don't, fine. It is what it is. But for me, as someone who's been active in the community for a long time, and there's plenty of other community groups that are out there who I'm going to mention in a minute, we are pushing for that fourth game, and we need your help to unite and get this over the line. I cannot stress how important it is that we move away from this infighting around Shenmue 3. It's done and dusted. Get over it. It's done. So, on that note, you've listened to me, and if I change one person's mind here, then I have done my job. You've listened to me, you go, right, I want to help get Shenmue 4. I want to help get Shenmue Season 2 of the anime as well. Excellent, fantastic. You are asking the right question here. So, on the 4th of every month, we have the tweetathons. We tweet hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4 and hashtag Shenmue Anime 2. 4th of every month on Twitter and social media to make people aware that we haven't gone quiet. We are still pushing for this. And the more of us that are there, the more united we are, the more chance we have of this thing trending and the more chance it has of getting noticed. And that is massively, massively important. Away from the tweetathons, there's plenty of community content output out there. Obviously, as Shenmue Dojo, we have the YouTube, we have the Twitter, we have a Discord. You can find all the links below, and the forums, actually. I shouldn't forget the forums, guys. You really need to visit those. You have Shenmue Forever. Tons of artwork through Photoshop, advertising the series in a massively good light. Phantom Riverstone with all the historical archival stuff. Great resource. Wandering through Shenmue with all the sort of the mood videos they put together. No Context Shenmue with all the memes, all that sort of stuff. There is a plethora of Shenmue community content out there, and if I've missed anybody, I absolutely apologise because I'm doing this off the cuff. So apologies if I've missed anybody. But if you take part in the community discussions, the community content, all of those sorts of things, get involved with that sort of thing. Engage with it. That helps get the message out there. Tell people about the community. Tell people about Shenmue. Get people interested in this franchise. And let's push this forward together, because that is our best opportunity here. I have gone on for probably 10 to 15 minutes here. So what I'm going to do is close us down with a closing thought. And I wrote this a couple of years ago when we were on the second anniversary of Shenmue 3's release, and I think it still stands even today. And I just want to leave people here with this thought, essentially, of what we achieved as a community. Getting Shenmue 3 was nothing short of an absolute fucking miracle. It honestly, because we were together, we were united, and we all pushed together. We have an IP that is active. I know the anime has unfortunately fallen by the wayside at the moment. We're not giving up on that either. We have to keep pushing. These are the hard yards. We have to remember what we achieved and use that to inspire us to get this thing finished, to get Shenmue 4, to get potentially Shenmue 5 and beyond, and get this thing finished. We deserve a conclusion. Shenmue deserves a conclusion. And the only way we are going to get to that conclusion is if we are united in our push. We are united behind the hashtags Let's Get Shenmue 4. We're united by hashtag Shenmue Anime 2, and we push this forward together, because I promise you, and I have been saying this for years, and I will keep saying this for as long as I'm an owner of the dojo, we have to be together, because if we are not together, it weakens us as a community and it lessens our chances of getting Shenmue 4 finished and getting this series done and dusted. Guys, as I said, it's a bit more of a negative spin video, and I apologise for that a little bit. And it might be, seeing some of these comments are a bit aggressive in nature. It's not my intention, but I just want to make the point here that we are better united. If we push together, Shenmue 4 will happen. If we don't, we absolutely shoot ourselves in the foot. And there's plenty of people out there who are willing to take Shenmue down for us. We don't need to do it to ourselves, quite frankly. So guys, thank you, as always, for dropping in on the content consuming all the videos and everything we're putting together. It is much, much appreciated. Check out all the other community groups I've mentioned in the video as well, guys. And I will be back with another video in the not too distant future. But for now, guys, take care. Have a good one.